So why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
My name is Molly Tissenbaum. I'm from Toronto, Ontario. I grew up playing hockey and baseball. I'm a third-generation Maccabi athlete. My grandfather competed in basketball in 1953 and was a gold medalist. I have an uncle and a bunch of cousins and my older brother Max who have all competed. And this is actually my second time in the games. I played in 2017. I played softball.
You're like the most qualified person I interviewed so far. So how'd you start your hockey journey?
So like I said, I have an older brother. Both my parents play hockey. My mom still actually plays. And I actually started as a defenseman, and I sort of lucked into being a goalie. And despite losing 18-0 every single game in my first year, I fell in love with it, and I never really looked back after that.
So how was your tryout process for the Maccabi? Because I'm hearing from different guys. Some just got an email, showed up. Some new coaches, others just...
Yeah, so there were a whole bunch of us. There were actually 5 goalies who wanted to play, which was really interesting. You never really have the issue of having too many goalies, and somehow we managed to find that in the first sort of women's Maccabi. So we each sent in some video, and the coaches had some of the official Team Canada goalies help them out, and that was how they picked the goalies, because they couldn't run tryouts because our team is from all across the country, and that was how we ended up making the team.
So what's it like playing in the Maccabi right now?
This is something that we've been working for as a women's hockey group for a really long time, and it's absolutely amazing to see it come to fruition. I actually stopped playing when I graduated from college and came out of retirement just for this, because the opportunity to play hockey in the desert, to play in Israel, is something that I've always wanted to do, and it really does feel like a dream come true to be able to wear a Hockey Canada jersey, to play in Israel, to bring it all together has been phenomenal.
So what are your thoughts on the Israeli team, even though they're kind of getting crushed out there?
Well, like I said, every single game my first year I lost 18-0, and as long as they don't lose enthusiasm and the love for the game, which they clearly don't, they have more love for the game than anybody I've ever seen. I have no doubt that they're going to be able to continue to build the program. The fact that they're still so passionate even though they're losing is what inspires me, and it makes me remember what it felt like to be a little kid learning to play the game. Everybody has to start somewhere.
So as goalies, we both know we're the most superstitious bunch of them all.
Routine oriented, not superstitious. I used to be a lot more superstitious with game day. The first one was not saying the S word, and I still stick by that. I like to try and eat my meals 4 hours before games. I have a few songs that I listen to on either a walk to the rink when I was playing in college, or on the bus now that we're taking the bus from the hotel. One of them is the first one I start with is the score from the Star Wars movies, because I'm a real dork, and that's something that I share with my dad. So that's the first song on my pregame playlist. And then I try and just continue to get into a good headspace with my team with the off-ice warm-up. On the ice, I like to stretch, get a couple of skating patterns in, and then at the minute before the end of the warm-up, I like to stand at center ice and get a stretch in and just be able to take in sort of where I am, whether that was at center ice at Harvard or here in Jerusalem. It's a really meaningful spot to just sit and take a look and see what's going on around you.
Awesome. Do you mind explaining what your...
Yeah, so my helmet, the top is the Harvard shield, because that's where I went to college, and that's obviously something that's incredibly meaningful to me. I have these dancing bears, which are associated with the Grateful Dead, as my reminder that this is supposed to be fun and it has to keep being fun. I have Simba and a little saying that says "Remember who you are," because I think it's often, as you get to the higher levels, it's easy to lose sight of the fact that this is just a game that we all love to play. On this side, I have Sisyphus, and the myth of Sisyphus is something that's really important to me, because the story is when Sisyphus stole fire from the gods, they sort of his punishment was that he was going to roll a boulder up a hill. When it got to the top, it was going to roll back down for all of eternity. And one of the authors, Albert Camus, who writes about Sisyphus, basically says that it's his choice to choose to be happy in that moment anyway. And what it says is, and Sisyphus was happy. And so if we get to choose how we react to things. And so that's a really important reminder for a goalie, whether it's on the ice, whether it's starting or not starting. You choose how you react to things. And then on the back, just a couple more of other, there's this city of Toronto skyline, because that's where I grew up. That's my home. A breast cancer awareness ribbon. That was something that was really meaningful to my grandmother. peace, love, and baseball. Those are three things that, have sort of stayed with me my whole life. And then a Grateful Dead lyric along the top that says, "What a long, strange trip it's been."
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.